Welcome back to the OEIS Deep Dive. We love exploring these fascinating integer sequences, and today we're going deeper into one with a connection to the beautiful mathematical concepts, A000144.
Yeah.
This sequence counts the number of ways to write an integer as the sum of 10 squares.
That's right.
Sounds simple enough.
Right.
But as we'll see, it gets surprisingly complex and connects to some famous mathematicians like Lovell and Ramanujan.
Absolutely.
So what exactly is A000144?
So A000144 lists the number of ways to represent a given integer as the sum of 10 squares.
Right.
So, for example, for the number 1, there are 20 ways to represent it as the sum of 10 squares, remembering that 0 squared is still 0.
Right.
For the number 2, there are 180 ways, and the sequence continues to grow rapidly.
Yeah, I'm looking at the source material here, and it's going up pretty quickly. So the sequence begins 2180 and so on. But this idea of representing numbers as sums of squares, it's not exactly new, is it?
Not at all. Mathematicians have been fascinated by this for centuries. In fact, the foundations for understanding this sequence were laid back in the 19th century by mathematicians like Lovell.
Oh, okay.
He developed a formula for calculating the number of representations of an integer as the sum of 10 squares.
So even back then, they were already working on formulas for something that seems so specific.
Yeah, his work provided a framework for tackling this problem and paved the way for further discoveries in this area.
Okay.
His work also tied into broader investigations within number theory, particularly in the study of quadratic forms, which are polynomial expressions, with each term having a degree of 2.
Quadratic forms. That's a concept I remember from my number theory courses. How exactly do they connect to 00000144?
Well, think of it this way. When we talk about representing a number as the sum of squares, we're essentially dealing with a specific type of quadratic form.
Okay.
So by studying the sequence, you're actually delving into a particular case of quadratic form theory.
That makes sense. It's all starting to connect now. And from what I'm seeing in the source material, there's more to this than just Lovell's work, right?
Yeah.
This sequence is linked to some pretty big names in mathematics, like Ramanujan.
Absolutely. While Ramanujan didn't focus specifically on A00000144, his groundbreaking work in number theory, particularly his discoveries involving modular forms, had indirect connections to the study of sums of squares.
Okay.
Modular forms are these fascinating functions with incredible symmetry properties, and they play a key role in understanding the deeper structure of A000144.
Modular forms. Now, that's an area I'm really keen to explore further, but for now, I think it's time we unpack how exactly mathematicians came up with formulas to calculate the terms of this sequence.
All right, let's dive into that fascinating territory next.
Yeah.
So one way to calculate the terms of A000144 is using a technique called the Euler transform.
Okay.
It might sound intimidating,
Yeah.
but it's a powerful tool for manipulating sequences.
I have to admit the Euler transform is a bit fuzzy in my memory. Could you give us a quick refresher on how it works?
Okay. Imagine you have a sequence of numbers. The Euler transform essentially creates a new sequence where each term is a weighted sum of the original terms.
Okay.
The weights themselves come from a specific pattern involving binomial coefficients.
So we're taking a kind of moving average of the original sequence, but with these special binomial coefficient weights.
That's a good way to think about it. Now, what's fascinating here is that if you apply the Euler transform to a specific periodic sequence,
Okay.
in this case 20, negative 30, 20, negative 10, and then repeating, you get the terms of A000144.
So we start with this seemingly unrelated periodic sequence.
Right.
Apply this transformation, and boom, we have a way to calculate the number of ways to represent integers as the sum of 10 squares.
Precisely. It highlights a remarkable connection between seemingly disparate mathematical objects.
Yeah.
But the Euler transform isn't the only tool at our disposal.
Okay.
There's another fascinating formula involving Jacobi theta functions.
Now, those are some truly special functions. I've encountered them in my studies of elliptic functions. What role do they play in the context of A000144?
Jacobi theta functions can be used to express the generating function for A000144.
Okay.
Now, a generating function is a powerful tool that encodes an entire sequence within a single function.
Right.
It's like a mathematical blueprint that contains all the information about the sequence.
So instead of looking at the sequence as a list of numbers,
Yeah.
we can represent it through this special function built from Jacobi theta function.
Exactly. And this generating function framework allows us to manipulate and analyze the sequence in profound ways.
All of this is pointing to some deep connections between A000144 and some sophisticated areas of number theory. We've got quadratic forms, modular forms, elliptic functions. It's quite a web of interconnected concepts.
Indeed. And that's
Yeah.
one of the things that makes this sequence so fascinating for a number theory student.
Yeah.
Understanding A000144 and its related formulas is like unlocking a door to a deeper understanding of these key areas.
It's providing a concrete example of how these abstract concepts can be applied to a specific problem.
And it gets even more intriguing.
Okay.
The source material points out a formula that connects A000144 to other sequences in the OEIS.
Oh, I love those interconnectedness moments. What's the connection here?
This formula shows that the nth term of A000144 can be calculated using terms from 3 other OEIS sequences,
Okay.
A000456, A00400468, and A030212.
So it really is built upon, previous.
It reveals how A000144 is built upon a foundation of other sequences.
That's a fantastic way to put it. It highlights the beauty of the OEIS as a vast and interconnected network of mathematical knowledge.
But I think it's time we shift gears a bit. We've gone deep into the theoretical aspects of A000144, but I'm curious about its practical implications. Does this seemingly abstract sequence have any real-world applications?
It might surprise you, but it does.
Okay.
And that's what we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive. We've spent quite a bit of time in the theoretical world with A000144, but now I'm curious, does it have any real-world applications?
It does.
Oh, really?
While A000144 might
Okay.
seem abstract, the principles behind representing numbers as sums of squares have applications in various fields.
Okay, now you've got me curious. Where do we see these concepts making a real-world impact?
One area is cryptography, the science of secure communications.
Okay.
Some encryption algorithms rely heavily on the properties of numbers, including how they can be expressed as sums of squares.
So the very ideas we've been discussing about combining squares to form integers play a role in keeping our online transactions safe.
Precisely. It's a testament to the power of number theory concepts that might seem purely theoretical, can have profound implications for the technology we use every day.
It's amazing how these seemingly abstract mathematical ideas underpin so much of our modern world. Are there other areas where we see these concepts applied?
Absolutely. Coding theory, which deals with efficient and reliable data transmission, also utilizes concepts related to sums of squares. By understanding how to represent numbers in this way, coding theorists can design better codes for error detection and correction.
So whether we're sending signals from a spacecraft or streaming a movie online, these mathematical principles are working behind the scenes to ensure the accuracy and reliability of data transmission.
Exactly. These applications highlight why exploring sequences like A000144 is so valuable even for students who might not initially see the practical relevance.
It's a reminder that there's always more to discover, and even seemingly niche areas of mathematics can have unexpected connections to the real world.
This deep dive into A000144 has shown us how a simple question about representing numbers as sums of squares opens up a world of complex and beautiful mathematics with connections to cryptography, coding theory, and beyond.
Indeed, it's been a fascinating journey through history formulas and real-world applications. For our number theory students out there, I encourage you to keep exploring the OEIS. Who knows what hidden gems and unexpected connections you might uncover in your mathematical adventures.
And remember, the OEIS is a fantastic resource for research and exploration. Don't hesitate to delve deeper into the sequences that pique your interest. You never know where that mathematical curiosity might lead you.
Well said. Until next time, keep those number theory minds engaged, and we'll see you on our next OEIS Deep Dive.